Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. We got another white paper review for you. I know we're going through a series of them this week, but we kind of lacked on them in the last couple of weeks just because of all the announcements. So I wanted to push a bunch out there that I've been trying to get out there. Today we are going to talk about Crystal Quest. If you saw my video yesterday for Flame, you'll understand why I'm doing this one. It is not a Wax game, so it won't be on the Wax blockchain, but it will be on the Flame platform. Something you should definitely check out. If you didn't see the video, it's totally worth a watch. So today we'll go through that Crystal Quest. So I'll go ahead and leave the link to their website and the overall Flame Discord in the description down below, so you can go ahead and check it out if it's something that you're interested in. All right, so what is Crystal Quest? Crystal Quest is going to be a collection of casual games that are going to be hosted on the Flame application, but they are going to be on an ETH uh, blockchain to be named in the future. So they know it's going to be ETH related, but they just don't know if it's going to be which blockchain it's going to be. So hopefully they'll have that out here shortly. And I'll show you the roadmap. So it should be out in the next month or two, just to give you a better idea. But like I said, it's going to be a bunch of casual games. Um, Starting out with the game Solitary. If you've ever played Solitary, if you rather say Solitary or Solitaire, I don't. That's going to be the first game. There's going to be a number of other games, but it has a core you'll see here shortly, and I'll go into that a little bit more detail. As far as the roadmap goes, as I mentioned, they are working on the beta right now, the private beta. They'll work on for the rest of this month and through August, and then they'll expand the beta coming in September with a potential public launch in October, and that kind of correlates with the Flame beta launch that they're looking to do in that month of October also. So those should correlate and they'll come together. They'll also have their tiny dragon sale, which I'll dive into that in a lot more detail. That's the core of the game. That's what connects all these casual, and I keep saying casual games because that's how they named it. As far as the team that's involved in this connects exactly with Flame. It is the exact same team that's working on Flame. As I mentioned yesterday, this is one of their internal in-house games that they're developing in partnership with the overall Flame project. So I'm not going to go through all those details. The one thing I, again, have to highlight is Rick Ellis. He is the inventor of Steam. So if you're familiar with Steam, you know that he's got a lot of knowledge in the area, and basically he knows the team knows what they're going to be doing. Good leader for them. All right, I'm not going to dive much into that. Basically, it just says that it is a decentralized uh, project. As far as the gameplay, as I mentioned, Solitaire is going to be the first game that's released, and initially it's going to be released asynchronously when you're playing. Basically, I play, you play it sometime within 24 hours, and at the end of everybody playing, they'll go ahead and check the scores to see who won. Down the road, it's going to be synchronously, which basically means I challenge you right now, and we play in real time to see who has the best competition. The nice thing about this is if you and I play against each other, we're going to have the exact same decks, the exact same card order that comes out. So it'll be a true competition to see who does have the best score. It's not like two separate decks and one person has an advantage over the other. So it is matching situations. So that's which is great to hear on this. They also are going to include these tiny dragons which boost you. They are the core of the game. Your goal really is to play all these casual games to level up your tiny dragon, which in turn gives you boosts within these games. Each dragon's going to have 10 different attributes with it, and we'll go dive into that in a little more detail. Each of those attributes are going to give you some sort of bonus as you're going through it. And here's a quick look at the bonuses that are going to be involved with them. Um, for example, if they have eyebrows, spots, and wings, you're going to get some added time when you're playing. I don't know if it's going to be between turns or just overall the timer. So there's a lot of different descriptions and different attributes and boosts that go along with each other. I'm not going to dig through all those, but I'll give you a chance. You can take a look at the white paper if you're really interested in seeing that. As far as the game modes go, there are going to be two. There is going to be a play to earn mode, which is essentially you're playing against the computer and you're doing all these games. Initially, it's just going to be the solitary game, but you're playing to get a number of of different rewards. The two tokens they have in the game is EDC and QWF. You can also get energy and then tiny dragon upgrade cards. You During the process of playing the game, your goal is to continue to upgrade your tiny dragon, add attributes to it, and basically down the road you can blend them, not blend them, but they basically can produce more tiny dragons. The other gameplay, at least initially, is going to be head to head. This is what I just explained as far as when you're playing against someone or a group of other people. Initially, it'll be within a 24-hour period. In the future, it should be closer to real time. And as far as the rewards go, every time you do the PvE method, you have a chance of getting a chest, and depending on what rarity and what level your dragon is, will depend how many chests that you can actually hold at one time. For example, if you have a common dragon, I think there's only one slot for a common dragon. So if you already have a slot or a chest in that slot, you can't get any more. But if you have a legendary, you have multiple slots and you can continue to get them. So once you get those chests, these are the rewards that are potential out there. You get anywhere between a silver chest and a lightning chest, all a bunch of different rewards. As you go down this table, the rewards increase, but just overall better items, number of cards that you're going to get in there, energy boosts, things like that, and also the tokens. You can see the number of tokens per chest type. The quests themselves, there's also going to be quests that are overall within Crystal Quest, not just for the solitary game, but they'll have some that are just for the solitary game. They'll have some that will be overarching as far as all of the games eventually. So you can earn different rewards that way also. So it's not just from playing solitary over and over and over again to get rewards. They'll have different ones throughout the process. I'm sure they'll gamify it also. So you log in a certain number of days. Who knows? Pure speculation right there. Now let's talk a little bit more about the core of the overall project. The tiny dragons, the cute little dragons that they have here that provide some awesome boosts and allow you to really get an advantage on the games. So this is kind of what they're going to look like. Obviously, they're going to have a full assortment of them. This is a more detailed of the 10 different attributes that each dragon could have. Everyone's going to be a little bit different, so be aware of that. You're also going to have different rarities of dragons. The higher rarities, the more bonuses that you're going to have. I'm not going to go through all the different ones. You can read it on the screen there. But this gives you an idea as far as the attributes that will be available depending on the rarity. So just keep an eye on that and take a look through those. You'll have basically the boosts. For example, the one thing I forgot to mention is that every single player that signs up for Crystal Quest is going to get a starter dragon for free. That's the one caveat that I'm not sure of this game. Normally, if you get a free NFT to start a game, it is taken advantage of, basically. So I'm hoping they either have a mitigation for that or they get rid of that option. It's great for starters to get people in there to try the game, but unless they have some mitigations there to stop botters or people taking advantage of it, then it's going to shoot themselves in the foot. We see it from Alien World every day of the week. They don't do the free NFTs anymore, but when they did, there was botters left and right, just because they could do that and just they had everything they needed to start. They didn't need to actually pay to get in there. So I've mixed emotions about the starter dragon. This one reminded me of that. Obviously, the starter dragons are going to be very limited with what they're able to get for you. But as you go up to legendary, you see the bonuses increase quite a bit. In addition to the attributes, as I mentioned previously, you can level them up, and those cards that you get, those tiny dragon level up cards that you get in the chest, will be used to level up your dragon. And this gives you a table of essentially what you're going to need in order to go ahead and to do that levels. And as you go up the levels, they obviously improve as far as the bonuses that they'll provide to you. Summoning. This is the word I was looking for earlier, not blending, summoning. Down the road, you can take two of your tiny dragons and you can summon a third, a brand new tiny dragon that can pass on some of the attributes. This gives you the percentage as far as active, inactive, and dormant attributes that you can go ahead and pass down. And there's a limit to how many summonings you can do with your tiny dragons. As you go down and you summon more and more, it's going to cost you more and more also. So you can't just take the same two dragons, summon them 10,000 times for a decent price. You can only summon, according to this, and I don't know if they'll change this limit. According to this, only 7 times, and when you get to the sixth and seventh time, it gets pretty pricey. So keep that in mind. Let's talk about the two tokens in the game. They have the EBC token, which is the utility. It's the overall utility token that you get. It's rewarded as a prize, and it's used for leveling up. And that's where, if I come back to summoning, that's this token right here. It's there's going to be a high number of them that are available, so it would be a lot more, a lot higher quantity. The other token is going to be the QWF, and this is the governance token. This is going to be much more limited, and it's also given out for different quests. It's used for summoning the tiny dragons, but you're only using one of them, and it's going to be used for other things down the road. So this is a much more limited quantity, much more core governance type of token you have here. And then you have the blockchain. I mentioned this before. Right now, they are looking at doing an EVM, which is Ethereum, but they have not finalized which one they want to put the blockchain on. So we know it's not going to be on Wax, but it's going to be on Flame, which is going to have, as long as Flame produces what it says it's going to produce, there's going to be a bridge there that helps us as Wax players bridge to other blockchains, and this will be part of that. So there's a chance that it'll be easier for us depending on how everything is implemented with Flame. What are my thoughts of the overall game? I like the tiny dragon concept of it. I like that it's going to be multiple games within a game, games that you're familiar with. Every time you play, you get rewards, you get chests, you can upgrade your dragons. The thing I don't like is I don't like the starter dragon. I'm really up in the air on that one as far as free NFT goes. Obviously, I like free NFTs, but not as a starter for a game as an entry point. I like a low barrier entry point, but not a free one because I think it can be manipulated and really taken advantage of. So I hope they are able to put some mitigations in for that. All right. I hope you enjoy these. Let me know in the comments down below if you like these non-wax related types of reviews that I've tried to mix in here occasionally, because I know there's some people that do dabble outside of wax. So I'm trying to get some of those in there as far as projects that I'm looking into. And as you heard from my video yesterday, I'm super excited about Flame. And this is one of their internal projects and connected to it. So I'm just going to try and mix some of those in there, especially as we hear more about Flame. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.